What's up, guys? With only 3 days and 9 hours, I'm recording this video for the Firefly banner to leave and the Jade banner to arrive. Of course, we gotta do a should you summon for a Jade, right? Now, obviously, I'll probably have a should you summon for a Genty tomorrow at some time. I'm gonna be honest with you, that video is I won't say anything. People love Argenti. People love Argenti. I think he's a cool character, but the shitty stuff is gonna be a little. I'm sure people will know going in. But anyway, let's get into the video. We're gonna talk about Jade's kit, and then I'm gonna talk about teams, where you'd use her, what she'd excel in, and then of course I will give you my thoughts on should you summon. Now, me personally, I'm actually going to be skipping. I've entered my great, not fully free-to-play arc, but I'm still going to be buying the battle pass, and I'm going to be buying the login, the visitors pass, I believe it's called. I always want to call it a welcome because just Genshin, right? It was the first gacha that I played that had a login thing like that. But I'm getting the great saving arc for Constance, or depending on what the Ziensho characters look like, we're saving for those. So I'm skipping Jade, right? But that's not because I hate Jade or I think she's bad or ugly or whatever. It's just it's time to save, But let's get into her kit. So Jade is a 5-star quantum irradiation character. Gotta love quantum. Very cool element. Really waiting for them to drop character I really like for quantum. Unfortunately for me, Jade is not that character. Also, the snake thing is super sick in her art. The whole snake aesthetic, I will say, very, very cool. So let's go over her skills. So Jade actually has a very unique basic attack. Deals quantum damage equal to 90% of her attack on a single target, and then deals 30% quantum damage to the adjacent enemies. Yeah, she has a blast single target with no conditions. It's just blast, which can be a good and bad thing, right? Because there are enemies that counter when you hit them, and not being able to not hit them could screw you over at some time, so it's a bit interesting with this one. Then her skill makes a single target ally become the debt collector, increase their speed by 30, lasts for 3 turns. After the debt collector attacks, deals 1 instance of additional quantum damage equal to 25% of Jade's attack to each enemy target hit, and consumes the debt collector's HP amount equal to 2% of their max HP. If the current HP is insignificant, they will reduce to 1. When Jade becomes Debt Collector, she cannot gain the speed boost effect, and her attacks cannot consume HP. When the Debt Collector exists on the field, Jade cannot use her skill, or exists. Yeah, exists, sorry. Reading's hard. At the start of Jade's every turn, Debt Collector duration decreases by 1 turn. So that's a pretty cool skill, gives you speed, that can be very helpful. Also, the HP train is very nice for Blade. Then her ultimate deals quantum damage equal to 240 of Jade's attack to all enemies. At the same time, Jade enhances her talent's follow-up attack, increasing the damage multiplier by 8%, and it lasts for 2 turns. Her talent, after Jade or the Debt Collector unit attacks, gain 1 point of charge for each enemy target hit. Upon reaching 8 points of charge, consumes all 8 points and launch 1 instance of a follow-up attack, dealing quantum damage to 120 of Jade's attack of all enemies. This follow-up attack does not generate charge. When launching her talent's follow-up attack, Jade immediately gains 5 stacks upon asset. With each stack, increases crit damage by 2.4%, stacking up to 50 times. Right? That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. Now, the technique. After using technique, inflicts enemies with a set area with blind fealty for 10 seconds. Enemies inflicted will not initiate attacks on allies. When entering battle via actively attacking enemies inflicted with blind fealty, all enemies will enter combat simultaneously. After entering battle, deals quantum damage equal to 50% of Jade's attack on all enemies, and immediately gains 50 stacks upon asset. So you could use this and Firefly's attack and probably just wipe out 9 characters at once, which could be pretty cool, right? Then, of course, we have traces. Each fun asset stacked from the talent additionally increases Jade's attack by 0.5%. When the battle starts, Jade action is advanced forward by 50%, and when an enemy target enters combat, Jade gains 1 stack upon asset. When the Debt Collector character turns start, additionally gain 3 stacks upon asset. Pretty much helps her get her crit damage more. Then, her traces are 22.4% quantum damage, 18% attack, and 10% effect resistance. Now, of course, we're going to go over her Eidolons. I don't ever recommend going for dupes, but let's see what they are. E1, the follow-up attack damage from Jade's talent increases by 32%. After the Debt Collector character attacks and the number of enemy targets hit is either 2 or 1, Jade additionally gains 1 or 2 points of charge respectively. That is pretty solid, getting the extra points of charge. 2 is when there are 15 stacks upon assets, Jade's crit rate increases by 18%. Then at 4, when using ultimate, enables the damage dealt by Jade to ignore 12% of enemy target's defense lasting for 3 turns. And then E6, very cool E6 with the snake out of the way. When the debt collector character goes on the field, Jade's quantum red pen increased by 20%, and Jade gains the debt collector state. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. E6 definitely makes her damage shoot up. E1 is very good for DPS as well. So if you're a huge Jade fan, you should probably at least go for E1. I know the looks of it, right? But overall, Jade is a very interesting character. She definitely seems like a sort of pure fiction-esque character. And kind of follow-up attack team because she does follow-up attacks, but it's like, you know, who are you really subbing her out for? Because you're probably going to run her on Aventurine for the sustain, and you want to run Topaz because she's kind of like the follow-up attack support. Robin would also be pretty helpful, so it's like, you know, where are you really putting her, right? So you definitely gotta put some thought into Jade. Now, a main issue she has is the only thing she's bringing to the team size damage is the speed debt collector stuff, right? So you're probably going to be running her as the main or a sub DPS, depending on who your main DPS is. I can see her working very, very well with Blade. So if you're a Blade fan, she might be the best sub DPS. Her and Jinglu would probably be the best sub DPS. Plus, getting more speed would also be pretty nice for Blade. I don't have Blade myself, so I'm definitely not summing for that. But if you do have Blade, this could be a cool little character to grab. You'd be like Blade, her, what, maybe Robin could work. Fall attack damage, right? And then you could just run like Aventurine, right? Well, actually, no, sorry, not Aventurine, because you can't use shields with Blade. I don't know. We're like Ho-Ho, I guess, just for the more energy. But really, her only team's really follow-up attack and then the Blade team. So if you don't have Blade, you're stuck on follow-up attack. And if you don't like follow-up attack, I really don't think Jade is for you. Plus, since she's more of an AoE-based character, she's really just going to shine in pure fiction. And unfortunately for Jade, Herda exists. Herda is free. Everybody has Herda. It came with your Honkai Star Rail account, and Herda just kind of just makes every pure fiction super easy. Plus, if you have characters such as Himiko, which she's a standard banner character, you'll probably lose 50-50 and get her eventually. If I know not everyone has Himiko, but most people are going to have Himiko. She also shreds pure fiction. The Dot team, Kafka and Black Swan shred through it. Akron shreds through it. So I feel like we have a lot of characters who are really good in pure fiction already. So that kind of bumps her down a little bit. Honestly, if you aren't a huge Jade fan, I feel like she is a easy skip. If you are a huge Blade fan, maybe consider something just so Blade has a few, you know, gimmick uses with her. If you already have Jinglu and you're confident with just running that, maybe you don't need Jade at that point because you're kind of just like getting the whole HP drain thing through Jinglu. I think a Jade Jinglu Blade team would be pretty funny. I don't know if anyone has done that already who has had early access, but regardless of that, I think Jade is a easy skip. Let me know in the comments if you're summoning at all, if you're skipping, if you're thinking of summoning, and yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.